This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by NotBadAnymore.com. Did the Foodstuffs Consumption Authority force you to eat too much over the holidays? Well, this man would like you to learn how to lose 5 to 20 pounds in just 9 days. See for yourself at NotBadAnymore.com. The doctor who says he's lost 37 pounds in just a month. The technique of accelerated weight loss through nutritional cleansing. The website, NotFatAnymore.com. Scroll to the bottom, click on the link, watch the shocking video, Are You Toxic? NotFatAnymore.com. Hey, Ridley here, signing in for RidleyReport.com with a general update on New Hampshire Liberty News for this January 20th, 2008. This is James Schlesinger, a recent immigrant to New Hampshire and a Free Stater who has taken an interesting idea and run with it. As most freedom lovers are painfully aware, the United States federal dollar is not backed by anything. At least nothing tangible. The actual value of a U.S. dollar bill is roughly 6 cents. Yet it costs a full dollar to obtain. That's because of inflation, the federal tendency to print too many of these. But what if there were an inexpensive paper currency? One that cost only what it was worth in printing and design expense. This may be the answer. The Hampshire. The idea is to create a paper currency whose value is simply its production cost. Since it costs very little initially, it has little potential to lose value. Now, James, you were telling me that this actually wasn't your idea initially.
No, actually it was David Cruz's idea, and initially I was opposed to it simply because it just didn't speak to me initially, and then after some debate with Cruz as to its merits, its positives, its negatives, whatnots, I actually was excited about it and wanted to try it as an experiment, if you will. So I started working on it.
What's the goal of the Hampshire exactly?
The Hampshire is it's a method of exchanging for products and services, just like any other currency. The idea is that with inflation rising, the value of this currency would increase as the value of, let's say, the Federal Reserve note decreased, because its costs and its value are directly tied to production. So when we print these out on paper, the ink we use, the paper we use, that's what it's worth.
What about the issue of the fact that it would not be worth very much. Each piece of paper currency would have a very limited value.
Well, that's true, but when you consider the overall scope of purchasing and bartering with people for products and services, there's a lot of small things we do. A lot of the purchases we make in everyday life are small purchases, whether it be for milk or, say, gas, any sorts of small items like that. NotBadAnymore.com. I think another facet of this currency would be the implementation of a liberty message. Obviously, we're doing something different than the greenbacks, or whatever you wish to call them, and we also wanted to add in the elements of liberty. And in this case, one of the prototypes we're working on has Ron Paul, the leader of the opposition, if you will. Representative Paul instills in a lot of people those long lost ideas of liberty, of self-responsibility, of respect for private property, those sorts of good ideals.
So if someone were to actually go out and start making counterfeits of this currency, they would sort of be spreading your message.
That's correct. And even counterfeits would still cost them what it costs me or anyone else to make this. It's not, if someone was to counterfeit it, it wouldn't, it's not like they're stealing, because it still requires that they buy the paper, that they buy the ink, and if they have a printing press, they can print it. Otherwise, they'll have to buy the service of a printing press.
James says there would probably be different versions of the currency, which might have a different person on the front. That would help gain more interest among people who are completely anti-political. It's possible Dr. Martin Luther King would be the next person to appear. But there are other candidates on the list. They haven't announced a website yet, but when there is a website, the website would list the value, the current value of the Hampshire in ounces of silver and/or perhaps federal dollars, and it would fluctuate. The value would fluctuate. My best guess is that during early production, or at least I don't know, probably forever. I can't say forever, but the initial cost would probably be somewhere between 4 and 12 cents, if you base that on the fact that the federal dollar costs around 6 cents to make. Also, it's possible that, one of the advantages of money in general is that you can stamp messages on it. A lot of free staters have stamped messages on federal dollars, and this kind of takes that a step further and turns this currency into a currency that you put your own message on, help get your own message out. So both on the obverse and in the reverse right here, there is a place that's designed so you can stamp your own message, and it's just the right size for a message stamper. Presumably you could also use this as an impromptu business card by writing your contact information on it. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I should point out I can't be completely objective about this, because some of these things have been my ideas. For instance, the your message here part that I just showed you, that was my idea. So since some of these are my ideas, probably I can't be totally objective about them, but that's the nature of the report.
Also, we're looking at something with some artistic value to it. We want to not only convey the message of liberty, but we're also going to be showing New Hampshire landscapes. And hopefully this will also play into the Free State Project, or basically the drive to get more people to move here and to work towards liberty in our lifetime.
Now, you don't see it right now in this prototype. However, probably in this area and also this area, you would see some sort of pro-liberty quote. With this version, it would probably be a Ron Paul liberty quote. So there you have it, the inside scoop on an idea that's only taken 3 days to reach this point. Things happen fast in the Free State. And I was going to make this part of just a general liberty report and stick another story or two into it, but I think we've determined that it took several minutes to get this much out. This will probably just be a story by itself. Anyway, this is Dave Ridley signing off for RidleyReport.com. Oh, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention, I will be accepting the Hampshire for payment of advertising fees. There may be a limit as to how many I will accept, but I will be accepting it, so that's a start. Not bad, not bad, not bad anymore.com.